Emma stood a few feet back, relief flooding her as she watched their reunion. She didn't expect gratitude, she never did when it came to helping strangers. For her, kindness was never a transaction. It was just what she believed the world needed more of. But Richard's eyes lifted to hers, and for a moment, his mask of wealth and power cracked. You found her?" His voice was raw. Emma shook her head gently. "No. She found me. She was scared, so I just stayed with her until you came." Richard studied her, her worn coat, her tired eyes, her sincerity. She didn't fawn over him like people usually did once they recognized his face. In fact, she clearly had no idea who he was. That struck him deeper than he expected. 2 days later, Emma was surprised when a sleek black car pulled up outside the modest apartment she shared with 2 roommates. A driver stepped out, handed her an envelope, and drove away without a word. Inside was a handwritten note. "To the kind woman at the park, please allow me to thank you properly. Lunch tomorrow at noon, the Whitmore Hotel. Bring nothing but your honesty. Richard Hale." Emma almost laughed. The Whitmore? She could barely afford a sandwich from the corner deli, let alone walk into one of the city's most expensive hotels. But something inside told her to go, not for herself, but because sometimes life opened a door for reasons you didn't yet understand. The next day, she showed up in her best dress, simple but neat, and walked into the golden lobby. Richard Hale was waiting. He looked every bit the part of a millionaire CEO, yet when he smiled at her, it wasn't the smile of a man used to boardrooms. It was the smile of a father who had seen kindness when he needed it most. Over lunch, he listened more than he spoke, a rare skill for someone in his position. Emma told him about her work as a nanny, her struggles making ends meet, her dreams of one day studying child psychology but never having the money. When she apologized for rambling, he shook his head. "You have no idea how rare it is for me to hear something real. Everyone I meet wants something. You just wanted to help my daughter." Emma smiled softly. Kindness shouldn't have a price tag. Weeks later, Emma received another envelope, this time containing an offer letter. Richard wanted her to become Lila's full-time nanny. The salary was more than she had ever imagined, enough to cover her living expenses and even save for school. But more than that, it meant she could be part of Lila's world, a little girl she already felt so connected to. At first, Emma hesitated. She wasn't sure she fit in Richard Hale's world of polished cars and glittering galas. But when she saw Lila's face light up at the news, her doubts melted away. Over time, Emma became more than just a nanny. She became Lila's confidant, her bedtime storyteller, her steady hand through life's storms. And slowly, Richard's hard edges softened, too. He saw the way Emma. The autumn breeze rustled through the trees as children laughed and played in the city park. Parents sipped coffee, chatting on benches while their kids tumbled down slides or swung high into the sky. But among the carefree joy, one sharp, panicked cry pierced the air. "Daddy? Daddy, where are you?" A little girl, no more than 6, stood frozen near the swings. Her cheeks were blotchy with tears, her tiny hands clutching a stuffed bunny so tightly it looked like its seams would burst. She turned in circles, eyes darting around the crowded park, trembling like a leaf in the wind. No one seemed to notice, everyone was wrapped up in their own little world. Except for Emma. Emma was 24, a nanny with a patched-up coat and sneakers that had seen better days. She had just finished her shift caring for another family's toddler and had stopped at the park to clear her head. She was exhausted, but when she saw the little girl's terror, her heart moved before her feet could hesitate. Kneeling down, Emma softened her voice. "Hey, sweetheart, are you lost?" The girl blinked through her tears, clutching her bunny closer. I can't find my daddy." Emma's chest ached. She remembered her own childhood, when she'd sometimes feel abandoned in crowded places while her mother juggled multiple jobs. She reached out her hand, not too close, not too fast. "It's okay. You're safe now. My name's Emma. What's yours?" "Lila," the girl sniffled. "Well, Lila, you've got your bunny, and you've got me. We'll find your daddy together, okay?" The girl hesitated, then nodded slowly. Emma wrapped her arm gently around her shoulders, giving her warmth and safety in a world that suddenly felt too big. Minutes passed as Emma walked with her through the park, scanning the faces in the crowd. She tried to distract Lila from her fear. "Tell me about your bunny," Emma said softly. "Does she have a name?" "Her name is Sparkle," Lila whispered, easing just a little. "She's my best friend." Emma smiled. "Well, Sparkle is very brave. Just like you." What Emma didn't know was that not far away, a man in a tailored suit was frantically shouting Lila's name. His security team scattered through the park, scanning every corner. That man was Richard Hale, one of the most powerful CEOs in the city. Known in the business world as ruthless, decisive, and unshakable, Richard was worth billions. Yet in this moment, he was just a father, pale, breathless, and terrified at the thought of losing his little girl. When he finally spotted Lila, his heart nearly gave out. She was clinging to a young woman in shabby clothes, laughing softly for the first time since she'd gotten separated. He rushed forward. "Lila!" The girl's head snapped up. "Daddy!" She ran into his arms, sobbing into his chest. Richard dropped to his knees, holding her as though he'd never let go again.